Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me on another episode of Simple Recipes with Jen. Today we are doing one of mine and Jay's favorite summertime dishes, zucchini lasagna. It's a little bit of a twist of what you might normally hear it like. A lot of people use the zucchini in place of the meat. We are using the zucchini in place of the noodles. So join me while we show you how we do it. Nice, good sized zucchini for us to go make some noodles. Fresh zucchini from the garden, got some tomatoes from the garden, garlic from the garden, and some rosemary. Here are some other ingredients you are going to need: mozzarella, Parmesan, and Marinara or pasta sauce. First thing we do here is cook our meat. We have ground venison, about a pound of it. You can use whatever kind of ground meat you want, ground beef, ground turkey, etc., whatever is in your preference. Alright guys, we got the zucchini all sliced into 1/4-inch slices. And we've got some rosemary I'm going to chop up, and some garlic, and slice up some tomatoes next. Alright, let's chop up the rosemary and garlic and slice up the tomatoes. Look at that, guys. Doesn't that look delicious? I like to take a little bit of the garlic and a little bit of the rosemary and sprinkle it on the meat while it's finishing up cooking. If you don't have fresh garlic and fresh rosemary, you can just use the garlic and rosemary spices that I'm sure you have in your cupboards at home. I love the way the meat smells once you mix these in though. Normally when we make this, we have a lot of tomatoes. We use tomatoes completely instead of marinara sauce, but garden's running a little late this year. Didn't get the memo, we needed some tomatoes. So we just have a couple ripe tomatoes, so we'll be using the marinara sauce. You can do whichever you prefer. You can use all marinara sauce. If you have fresh tomatoes, you can use all fresh tomatoes, or you can do like we're doing and a little bit of both. Yeah, I'd say this meat's about ready. Alright, it's time to get into the pan. Let's go. You can use whatever size pan you want. We're just using a smaller pan because it's just the two of us eating, but if you have a bigger family, you can use a bigger pan. You would just use more zucchini noodles. Alright, so we start by putting the zucchini in. This is taking place of the noodles you might traditionally use. We're trying to eat low carb. Plus this is really healthy and I think it tastes a million times better. It's not so heavy. I'm going to put some meat in. Just layer the meat right up on top of the zucchini noodles. Then here we can do our tomato slices and some marinara. Like I said, we usually like to do all tomato slices, but our tomatoes aren't producing as well as we had hoped, so we're going to do a little bit of both. Let's pop that open. And we put the sauce on top of the meat, because it sinks into the meat and gives it all a little bit of flavor. And here I'm going to sprinkle little chunks of garlic. Then I do a little bit of Parmesan. Spread on some mozzarella. And then we're ready for another layer. Now we're gonna preheat our oven to 400 degrees, and then we're going to cook this for about a half hour to 45 minutes. If it's a larger pan, it's gonna be about 45 minutes. So let's get this oven preheated. Let's go get this in the oven. All right, we're gonna let that cook for about 30 minutes and we will check on it then. guys, it's been about 30 minutes, so let's check on it. Ooh la la, look at that. Look at that, guys. Ooh. Doesn't that look delicious? So we put a little bit more cheese on, and we're gonna stick it back here in the oven. We like to turn it on broil because it melts it real good and like browns it up real well. All right, guys, it's been in there for about 5 more minutes on broil. So let's pull it out and see what it looks like. Look at how beautiful and delicious that looks. I can't wait to eat it for dinner. All right, guys, it's dinner time. We're gonna eat this. Thanks for hanging out during this video. Let me know how you would do this differently in the comments, or if you've tried something like this. And let me know if you make it. I like to hear how stuff works out for some of you. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And we're gonna be making some bread and waffles in the next couple videos, so I can't wait to share that with you guys too. Thank you so much for being here.